All right then, let's take a look at Midway Solitaire, Deluxe Edition, designed by Joseph Miranda and published by DG, Decision Games. Box art looks okay, but I would much rather have them used a historical photograph. I'm sure there's a bunch of them for Midway. Why they chose to go with this, I don't know. I mean, it's not terrible, but I think a historical photo would have been better. Game comes with 1d6 sealed up in a bag. Comes with your instructions. This is nice paper. You can write on this with a pencil. It's not glossy at all. It's like real paper. They call this the instructions. I thought that would be a table of contents. Okay. Gives you an introduction, an explanation of the units, an explanation of the map, stacking and basing, how to win's over here, sequence of play at section 6. You know, is it just me, or does it seem like Decision Games lately, especially their magazine games, you don't really get to the sequence of play until section 6. Maybe that's a format thing they have. Whatever. Here's your setup. United States Navy setup. Imperial Japanese Navy setup. And then it goes through the rules. Fog of war and spotting. Combat. Leaders. Incidents. Interesting. Here's optional counters. Here's an example of play. Okay, well, let's look at this real quick, because the rules only come in at 17 pages. And that's, I mean, the font's big enough. It's nice enough. 3 columns per page. That's good. And there's a lot of photos. See, that's a historical photo. Why couldn't they have... And then, you know, there's a lot of illustrations and diagrams. So the pages, the rules are only 17 pages long. Then you have a 2-page example of play. And then starting on page 20 and running until page 32 is an article about the grand strategy in the Pacific in 1942. It's got maps. Oh, here we go. Breakdowns of all the aircraft. More maps. More maps. Some leader descriptions. Some unit TO&E. So that's the rule book. I like them. I love this paper that DG uses on these. See, I think I've seen DG use glossy paper too, though. But this is what they should stick to right here. Then you have a player aid that's got all the special operations marker, procedures, United States Navy actions, intelligence actions, operations, logistics. Breaks down all your actions available. Then you have a, well, let's see here. What would that be? 1, 2, 3. You get a third of a counter sheet. It's a combination of ground and air units. And then you get a full counter sheet of naval units, aircraft. That looks about what, that's all there is on this. Not a bad looking counter sheet, actually. The aircraft look like they're double-sided, and the naval units are probably flipped over to represent fog of war. Then you have this nice hard-mounted map that came in a plastic bag, but I took it out already because I knew it would give me fits trying to take it out one-handed. And let's fold this thing out. It's huge. Well, not really. It's just awkward. You know how these big... You know, I used to like these maps. I thought, man, this is the best shit since sliced bread. But, man, they're awkward sometimes. And if you pull them out wrong and unfold them wrong, you'll get them splitting right down through here. I had that happen in my Memoir 44 map. Memoir 44 maps like this. And the first game I owned of it, I ended up having... It ended up splitting right here and also right here. So I had a panel here, 2/3 of a panel here, or 3/4 of a panel here, and then a 4th panel. But I've since got another edition of it, so no problems. And it's upside down. All right, well, let me walk around the game board. So I guess, so you're going to be the United States player in this game. And this gives you a representation of the Pacific. Over there you got U.S. West Coast. Over here you got Asia East Coast. And Midway should be, yeah, right there. You get the Aleutians up here. Solomons. Port Moresby down here. It's a very simple map. You have all kinds of holding boxes and charts and tables that holds everything you need to know as a player. And the map's rather simple. It's a point-to-point movement. You do need all these different... Well, this is a battle display. This would be nice to have. You need this. There's all kinds of charts and tables. You need to be able to group your... Okay, well, a lot of this is mostly charts, tables, and task force groupings and so forth. But the map itself is just a simple point-to-point across the Pacific. It's kind of uninspiring. And but it is mounted. It is hard mounted on this big folding map. Word around the campfire is that this is a really good game. A lot of people liked it when it came out. It was a magazine game, probably in their World at War magazine. And every once in a while, they'll have votes or feedback, I guess you would say. And I respond to it as well. I remember responding to this one. But, yeah, if they get enough feedback in a positive manner, and they'll reprint one of their magazine games as a deluxe edition, which comes with a hard-mounted map in a box, nice box. And, you know, nice counters, player aids, rule book, and a die. And that was a look at Midway Solitaire, guys. Thanks for watching.